What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Tommy? How you doing, babe? I just loaded my dishwasher up. I'm cleaning my kitchen because I'm gonna be cooking here in a little bit. I thought I'd just come on and see what everybody was doing. I continue to listen to Trump's scary ass. You know, it's funny because everybody was like, oh, Barack Obama's not gonna back her. He doesn't believe in her. He doesn't. Listen, I called it. I called it. He was probably toying with people. They probably wanted another whole new day of news feed. They played that shit right. And a lot of people got to bite their words now. I don't know. He did, Fox News posted something about him talking about calling for civil war if he loses. Just trying to make sure. He was playing hard to get or something along. I think, honestly, I think that they knew that once they made the announcement, it would take a whole day. It would chop up the airwaves of the new stuff, right? And I think that they were sitting back and they were kind of waiting a couple days. It ain't like you waited 6 weeks or anything. I don't know if I believe that. That's what people say, that he didn't want to endorse her. That's what people say. But I don't know if you heard the same phone call I heard. It sounded like him and Michelle were definitely going to endorse her and never second guessed it. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is Trumpy Boy's nervous. Why won't he debate? What's he running from a girl from? Ugh. I just think it's all funny, to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to play with everybody's brain and I wanted to really get underneath his skin, I'd have done the same shit. So, I didn't think that there wouldn't be a backing. I don't. What up? That's life. You should make a off. I don't know what that means, babe. If you're gonna tell me what to do, maybe know how to write it. Yeah, I'll definitely say, if anything else, at least we have a race now. And I'm not saying that he's not gonna win, and I'm not saying she's gonna win, because who fucking knows, right? But what I will say is, oh, okay, well you're trolling because I already have one, so there's that. Maybe you should come in on your real account. Yes, I have one. The safe word is summer. What up, fuckers? How's everybody doing? Oh, I am gonna do game night tonight for anybody that wants to play. I think we're gonna do it about 8:30. What's up, Seeger's mom? I think we talked about 8:30. We're gonna do what's up, Wade? We're gonna do game night tonight. Should be fun. No politics, no anything. Just straight having fun and having some games and some laughter for about 2 hours or so. Natives in the house. I went and got me some more tahini. Oh, I love that shit. I can put that shit. Just had a baby deer at my front window. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. All right, my kitchen is clean, just enough time for me to dirty it up again. It is my day off. I have done nothing. I slept in. I got up. So here, Mr. Orange Cry Bunch. God, he's such a crybaby. To be such a, what is it up with these people that claim they're alpha and like all they do is whine? I don't know. I don't understand if people understand what the word alpha means. Whatever. Yeah, he crying big time today. And I think it's funny how he keeps trying to like bully people into like, if I don't win, there could be a civil war. Like, let's go. Bring your fucking civil war. I've already seen a bunch of his people dress up in fucking camel and not want to do anything, so. She came right to the window checking out the dogs. Aw. By the way, if you're in New York, there is a march Sunday at 2 o'clock. I want to say, I can't remember what park it's in, but it's on my community page. At the same time, we will be simultaneously marching in a bunch of different states, including Chicago, here, New York, Ohio, Springfield. There'll be a lot of people that'll be marching just in solidarity. A lot of people are like, well, why are you guys marching? Because we're tired of situations like this happening. We understand that the officer is arrested. We understand all of that. That does not take away from what's going on. And, you know, I seen something on, fuck, I can't remember whose live it was. I want to say it was TPP last night because that's the only place I go really, besides my channel. At least on panel and shit. Well, I go to 420s in New York's, but anyway, there was a little girl in South Carolina or North Carolina. I seen that, right? The cops beat the shit out of some teenager in North Carolina. I don't know if she made it or not. I can't remember because we couldn't hear the audio of it last night. Our military would stop a civil war in a minute. Drones. Yeah, these people are crazy. And honestly, Seeger's mom, I believe that if we were to ever have some kind of civil war and we're, you know, whatever, I think people need to be worried about these cyber attacks that continue to fucking happen. That's what's going to shut everybody down. It's like, I'm not worried about a civil war. I seen, yeah. Some of us in 2020 seen what their civil war looks like. And I think it's an easy slogan for people to throw around, but really ain't nobody about that life. Nobody really wants that. I don't want it. Nobody wants it, really. I mean, a lot of people on the computer say they want it, but well, we know how that goes. It's happening Sunday. I get to go into work a little late so I can participate in our local march into solidarity. So, oh, people gonna lose their fucking mind, Seeger's mom, and I'm one of them. Listen. There's been a couple times we've lost, like, you know, internet or the apps have went, you know, something's went down or whatever, and it's just like, or I've been in Facebook jail or, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I like the I like the internet. So you guys, this time next week, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it members only. I'm going to do next weekend Redneck Brawl. Some of it members only. Not all of it, but some of it will be members only. Because I'm gonna start doing some, you know, trying to get some things in the members only thing. Because I appreciate everybody that helps supports this channel. When you guys donate, do the super stickers or the memberships or anything like that, it helps take care of the StreamYard. It helps take care of the different things we need for the show to run it. And then the rest of it goes to helping people. So always remember that. I think I am going to go. So I'm going to push myself hard this week. I think I'm going to go outreach because I really miss outreach. I haven't been in like 2 weeks. So I think we're going to do outreach this week, Wednesday. I know I've been missing you guys on my Wednesday night streams, but definitely go love on some people. I would be just fine. I just go talk to the animals. I know that's right. Listen, I play with, I was gonna say I play with my kitty cats all day long, but me and my cats chill. They're cool. They follow me from room to room. They're watching me. They're like, "We know you're going to do something. You're going to make some food or something, lady." But next week, this time, we will be in Oklahoma City. For anybody that would like to donate, you don't have to, but I'm going to, and for the people that have, I thank you so much. You have no idea. I had a little bit of emergency this week that was kind of unexpected. And so I had to dip into my money that I had saved up. But that's okay, because we're going to get it. And then, hopefully, I'll be bringing a check home this time. That'd be nice. Woo woo! It'll be a lot of fun, though. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're leaving Thursday at like 4 in the morning. So we should get there about early Friday morning. I know we'll probably sleep for a little bit. And then we're going to go. We got to do the weigh-ins Friday night. And that's always fun. Last time it was crazy. Lindsay, what's up? Last time I almost freaking, not that anybody tried to hit me, but two of the guys were going back and forth, and I was overstreaming something else. And I don't know if, like, you know how to bend and kind of like move. And I was kind of doing that. And when I was bent down, I didn't see what was going on above me. And when I got up, one of the guys, he knocked the shit out of this other guy. But his fist went literally through my hair. So I agree, Seeker's mom, 100%. And that, you know what? That is something that I'm really happy about. Because, I mean, those that have been following me for a long time know that I used to go live all the time. And yeah, I still get on panels and all that kind of shit. I like to have fun. I like to bullshit. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know, the world's crazy. And sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. So online's funner. But I'm glad that I don't have to feel like I have to go online every single day. There was a time that I needed that, and I appreciate everybody that supported me in that. But I'm really glad that that manic part of things have calmed down a lot. Not much. Love the photos. Thank you, sweetie. You know, I told everybody in the beginning of this year that this healing was personal. And you know, like, I love the skin that I'm in. I'm healed now. I still go through some shit, right? But like, I'm not a victim anymore, and I want to celebrate who I am as a woman, and you know what I mean? So that's why I've been doing it. I can't with the internet, girl. The internet's a hot mess some days. Hot mess. And I have my one spot where I can, I get my little bantering in or whatever, and I'm cool. I don't have to, because I like it. I like the back and forth sometimes, but I have to be in the mood for it. Now, baby, what you do, girl? What's up, Casey? 8:30 tonight, you guys. We're gonna be doing game night. I think it's about between 8:30 and 9. We'll be doing game night tonight. We bought a jukebox thing that has a bunch of the games and stuff like that in it. And so the team has been working really hard behind the scenes to try to figure it all out. And that way we can bring game night to you guys. And so tonight we are going to do game night. Matter of fact, when I get off here, I will probably set it. It'll be a lot of fun. Everybody can play. We'll explain to everybody. The team will explain to everybody how it's all done. But it'll be a lot of fun because we've done it over on TPP, and I really, really like it. Katrina and Casey's been trying to get me to get the game, whatever, it's jukebox or whatever, forever and a day. And well, we all know I'm a procrastinator, so they finally went ahead and got it. So now we can have some fun. Yep, it will be fun. Come join us, 100%. It'll be good. We're not going to be talking about any politics. We're not going to be talking about any drama. We're not going to be talking about any of that. Oh, it's Jackbox. Have I been calling it jukebox? What the hell? None of that. It's not going to be any of that. It's just going to be fun. And I'm going to try to do a game night at least once a week. Because with politics hyping up and the world's losing its fucking mind again, I want us to be able to have, where we can at least come together, not giving a fuck about any of the bullshit, and just play games and have a good time. It really is a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. Shout out to the team for finally saying, fuck it, we're not going to listen to you no more. And they just, like, we're just going to go ahead and get it. And they've been working really hard to set it all up, and I'm excited. I tell y'all, it's not just me that makes this train go. I may be, the face, but I can promise you, I love my hot mess crew, because without them, I can do shit. I couldn't do nada. What's up? How you doing? I ain't doing shit. I was literally just cleaning, and I was listening to some of the Trump shit, and I just laughed. We are the rest of the chain, baby. That's right. 100%. Really, I'm just a caboose, actually. I kind of catch on at the end and go, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh. I'm making some steaks and potatoes with mushrooms and peppers. It's going to be so good. I think I'm going to roll up. I have half my house clean. So there we go. Where's my phone at? Let's see what's going on. I want to listen to some of the rhetoric. Get it out of my system. There we go. My phone charged? Yes. I wish this fucking rain would stop. Oh, is it raining where you guys are? It's actually nice. It's a little warm today. You know what's crazy? It has not rained in the past 2 weeks of outreach. Tell me why. You know it's gonna rain when I go out. It's been a week and a half straight. Damn. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking rain. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's see something. Just let me do this. I'm seeing if I can do something real quick. All right, I'm gonna remove myself from the stream. I'll be right. All right, am I back? Okay, good. I'm back. All right, Obama helps Harris hit Trump. Let's see.
Everyone, we made it to Friday, 4 o'clock in the East, with a marvelous and organic thing. We're talking about enthusiasm, especially in politics. Desperately tricky to generate, impossible to manufacture, but altogether vital for anyone with serious hopes for higher office. For that reason, recognize what Vice President Kamala Harris has been able to accomplish in less than 1 week. From a low thrum to a steady drumbeat to what we're seeing play out this very afternoon, a thunderous crescendo rumbling its way across every corner of American political and civic. I'll come back to that.
Joining me now on set is former California Republican Congressman and former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. And Mr. Speaker, thank you for being here. We played a little bit of the top, but I want to reset a little bit, show you a little bit of Kamala Harris's rally today, and ask you about it on the other side. Let's watch.
I was elected Attorney General of the state of California, and I was a courtroom prosecutor before that. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators.
This is ridiculous. Speech.
It begins by reclassifying tens of.
Y'all give me a second. I'm just trying to find something. Listen to you for a second. Secret Service rejected the drones. Yeah, some of these memes are great, by the way, just saying. The internet always wins. Elon goes. You know what's sad is you see a lot of the racist shit coming out and sexist shit.
Guys, it is up to Congress to pass legislation. It is up to the President of the United States to use the bully pulpit and to work with members of Congress to pass legislation. Are we really going to pretend like the Vice President really has any power at all? I mean, maybe the Vice President behind the scenes has some sway, but in terms of actual raw power, the VP is really mostly a ceremonial role and an
Feeling that there. CNN then reached out to a pro-Trump super PAC asking for evidence for Trump's mental.
Black men, we gotta step up.
Waz, let's start with you.
Just had a whole bunch of nothing up there.
And desperate, hungry people.
That I'll mention that I think is super important. And it's the influence of people like Anthony Blinken in the Biden administration.
Black men, we gotta step up. We gotta step up. We gotta step up for the queen, y'all. So I'm sure you know by now that Donald Trump has canceled all debates with Vice President Kamala Harris.
What's up, 420?
Scared and terrified by the momentum and energy.
I'm rolling up and just listening to a couple things. We are going to be, I'm just listening to a couple things because I believe people don't always listen to things. So I'm just listening to some things. Figure everybody can listen with me if they want. If not, they don't have to. But we are going to be doing game night about 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. Probably more like 9 o'clock because I'm going to be cooking and stuff and I want to be done with that. But we'll have game night tonight. It'll be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys will join us.
He would make a fool of him on the debate stage. So he had his campaign spokesperson, Stephen Chung, put out a statement.
Cool.
Vice President Kamala Harris responded, "What happened to anytime, anywhere, any place? Isn't that what you said, Donald?" But the campaign spokesperson, Stephen Chung, put out this bizarre statement, and he blamed the reason that Donald Trump was canceling the debates, he said, on former President Barack Obama, who they refer to in the statement by the campaign as Barack Hussein Obama. It's a very odd and weird and kind of racist and xenophobic statement to really showcase just how weird this Trump campaign and MAGA movement is. But now Steve Chung, Donald Trump's campaign spokesperson, is saying this was.
I think this is a very dangerous game they're playing. They lost it last time because of these same reasons, and they'll lose it again because of these same reasons.
All part of the plan, and this was and everything's going exactly to plan right now. As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, wrote, we just can't keep up with how brilliant and clever this Trump campaign is, and how much their messaging and the people who deliver that message appeal to voters outside their base. Of course, Ron was being sarcastic. Here's what Stephen Chung wrote earlier this morning in response to Bill Gruskin saying, really, you're resurrecting calling Barack Obama Hussein Obama? Doesn't that show how deeply shook the Trump people are right now? To which Stephen Chung, again, that's Donald Trump's campaign spokesperson, said the following. He said,
People only throw shots.
fell for the trap. Hussein was trending and was mentioned on cable news throughout the night. Thanks for doing our jobs. Cucking his announcement this morning. Moron. What are they even talking about? I'll just read you Trump campaign statement, the Trump campaign statement canceling the debate so you can just see how weird it is. But Stephen Chung says, you're idiots. We set a trap. You fell for the trap because now when former President Obama endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, you're now saying the word Hussein. What? Here's the statement from the Trump campaign. Given the continued political chaos surrounding crooked Joe Biden and the Democrat Party, general election debate details cannot be finalized until Democrats formally decide on their nominee. There is a strong sense by many in the Democrat Party, namely Barack Hussein Obama, that Kamala Harris is a Marxist fraud who cannot beat President Trump, and they are still holding out for someone better. Therefore, it would be inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats very well could still change their minds. Stephen Chung, Trump campaign communications director. By the way, if you look at Stephen Chung's background, this guy was a failure his entire life who just says whatever Donald Trump wants him to say, and that's how he got that position right there. I'll show you. This is a clip from Stephen Chung back on May 28th of 2024. And here's what he had to say, just so you see the types of statements that are made by this person. Here, play the clip.
Make no mistake, this is election interference of the highest order. Crooked Joe Biden and his campaign are in complete freakout mode. And that's why they've gone back on the word, and now they've gone in bed with a highly conflicted judge. And now they're making a political mockery of this entire thing. The fact remains that President Trump will overcome. He'll fight these charges up and down, and there's nothing to stop the truth from coming out. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's who's running Donald Trump's communications department. And basically he spends the entire day just making these weird posts that previously the Biden campaign, now Kamala Harris's campaign, like the Kamala Harris campaign put out this now at what was the Biden headquarters, a California flag at Kamala headquarters. And then Stephen Chung says, not a lot of work going on there. And then here there's a photo from Sasha Ingber saying outside.
You know, one thing you can always be for certain is when people are intimidated by you or scared of your presence, they will throw shots, because that's what people do.
The White House, a handful of people with signs are thanking Biden for his decision to withdraw from the election. And Stephen Chung says, LOL, a handful of.
So whether you like her or not, why, if she's just a woman, why does that intimidate people? Why won't he have a debate? Why do they have to do sexist and racist shit if she's just a woman and she can't do the job? Things that make you go,
People. Stephen Chung posts photos of this, like Montel Williams, who was previously dated Vice President Kamala Harris decades and decades ago. That's where they're going with this. I mean, how immature and bizarre. By the way, here is the moment where former President Barack Obama and the former First Lady Michelle Obama endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. Here, play this clip.
Kamala!
Hi. Oh, you're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both. I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
My goodness. Michelle, Brock, this means so much to me. I'm looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both, and getting out there, being on the road. But most of all, I just want to tell you that
words you have spoken and the friendship that you have given over all these years mean more than I can express. So thank you both. It means so much. And we're gonna have some fun with this too.
We can see how desperate the Trump campaign is, and I think Anthony Scaramucci sums it up best. He says that
Does it really sound like they weren't going to support her? Or does it sound like that they were all like, you know what, we're just going to sit back for a couple of days and we're going to see what this other camp says and all the different people say. And then they support her. I don't think they were never going to support her. Even if he did have doubts, I don't think he was ever going to support her. 100%. 100%. That's why they have to bring up who or what they think she slept with, all this other stuff. But it's just like, and again, have I always agreed with her stuff? No. I mean, there's a lot of people that got arrested and shit back in the day. But then I had to really think to myself, like, can people change? Sure, people can change. I've changed. I don't have the same belief systems as I had even fucking 5 years ago. On some of them, on some things I do, but on some things I don't. You grow as a human being. So, and like I said, whether she's my first pick or not, she's not my first pick. I've been very vocal about that. But I've been listening to her. And I've been watching every speech that she's done. And so far, I don't mind her standing in the gap for women. At all.
this campaign is flailing right now, and Donald Trump is hating.
And like I said, I had men tell me yesterday women don't work on coal mines and oil rigs and all this stuff. And I proved that they do, actually. And I'm not one of those women that are like, oh, women are better than men. No, I don't. I don't think like that. I have sons. I have a husband. I think men are amazing. I think women are amazing. And I think together they can get a lot of shit done. So just saying.
His VP pick. Here's Donald Trump's former communications director, Anthony Scaramucci. So now Donald Trump has Stephen Chung. He used to have the mooch, Scaramucci. You see the difference here of kind of qualifications here? Play this clip.
Oh, that stuff's not landing. I mean, that's helping him with his base, but it's not landing. I know the president very well. He's flailing right now. He hasn't really figured out what punches are going to work. He hasn't come up with a good nickname. His default nickname is lying, like lying Ted Cruz or lying Kamala Harris. So he's flailing right now, and he's got some tips to his personality. When he says someone's doing a fantastic job, it's like George Steinbrenner saying Billy Martin's safe, and then 5 days later firing him. Vance is not doing a fantastic job. He knows that. We know that. He hated Vance's speech. He doesn't like Vance's performance on stage. He thinks he's very dull. And from a casting perspective,
and I agree with that, because if you watch them two together when they're talking, their body language, there's no chemistry between the two of them. There are no perfect people in this world, and she has handled a lot of tough jobs. 100%. I agree with that.
Because Donald Trump is all about casting. J.D. Vance is not living up to the expectations, or at least the expectations.
I definitely feel more comfortable now that Biden has said, you know what, I'm going to finish my presidency out, and then I'm going to turn over gears to someone else and let them do. That's something Trump could never do.
But he was told about it.
Because here's what people are saying. Like, here is a Pennsylvania voter featured recently on CNN, how Kamala Harris is the right person for this job right now. Here, this is a Pennsylvania voter, and describing her experience with other Pennsylvania voters, and particularly women who she talks to. Play this clip.
Now a new challenge.
She's at the perfect age. She's committed. She's vigorous. And overwhelmingly, the women I talk to are, let's go.
We do a lot every day, and typically at night I need something to wind down. But I'm sick of all the calories, nasty hangovers, bloating, and other negative health implications that can come with having a glass of wine before bed.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you pay for the Prime. They now stick the commercials in the videos.
Out of office THC gummies, perfectly microdosed to get you blissed.
Yeah, women are excited to vote. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was not feeling really great. Not at all. I was not. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, man, this fucking sucks. I feel like we don't have to stand a chance. And I've watched every one of her speeches that she's had this far. I've watched anything I can watch. You know what I mean? And I feel good. I feel better. I feel like if we do lose, at least I know we're putting a fucking fight in. So I feel more excitement. I see the way I've seen the just all of it. You know what I mean? There's some spunk in it now. So what's up, Garrett?
Microdose with hemp-derived THC and CBD to give any day that chilling on the beach vibe. I can't believe I didn't know you could buy THC products online like this. You know you can now buy hemp-derived THC products in all 50 states. The out-of-office gummies help you get that much-needed me time.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to fast forward through this.
They're convenient and delicious. Out-of-office gummies give you that warm.
Yeah, I feel like we actually, we have some skin in the game now. I felt like, and I just felt like Biden wasn't doing it. Not after I seen the debates, and not only just the debate, there was a couple other things that caught my attention. He put his time in. He did a lot of good things. You know what I mean? Now it's just time for him to retire and go have fun with his grandbabies.
New posts and stuff by JD Vance are being unearthed. Like back February 17th of 2024, JD Vance was caught Google searching women and dolphin together to pull up videos of a dolphin and a woman, and I don't need to say anything more than that, but people are talking about JD Vance's, not just the couch stuff now, they're talking about the fact that he Googled and searched for women dolphins. I mean, how strange is that? Also,
I agree.
JD Vance literally
I agree,
wrote
100%.
the foreword for the book written by the director of Trump's Project 2025.
I don't feel bad as a woman or anything like that, doubt, like not wondering what the fuck was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like our rights are so much on the line, and there's so much different things that are on the line that if we don't at least try, you know what I mean? So I'm really glad that Biden stepped down. I'm really glad that everything that she's needed to say, she said. I think that I've seen a growth in her from the last election. I think she's, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it ain't over till it's over, right? All I know is this birthday of mine, January 20th, is going to be very interesting because that is the day whoever is president will be sworn in. So we'll see how this goes.
Early light burning down Washington to save America. Just look right here. The forwards by JD Vance. Donald Trump says, "Oh, I'm not with Project 2025." Vice President wrote the forward to the book by Project 2025 on how to burn down Washington. Is what it says right there.
Did you guys hear that there's supposed to be a new book coming out, like part 2 of Project 2025? If Trump thinks that there's gonna hand him the win on a silver platter, he's delusional. 100%, 100 fucking percent. And I don't think he was expecting this. I really don't. I think he figures that, who's gonna want to vote for her? She's a fucking woman, right? And they bring up like her shit, people being arrested and different things like that from when she was a prosecutor or an AG and stuff, and they just bring the same stuff out every single, when she became an AG, when she became a senator or Congress, whichever one it was, I forget, VP, and now president. They're all saying the same shit. And like, to me, like, how weak are you? You want to sit here and just be so sexist and so racist. People have said she went to a colored, college and just all kinds of shit, dude. It's just, but it's expected. It's expected. And I believe strongly that that's why Trump lost last time. And I think that he's going to shoot himself in the foot. Yeah. We are looking better to beat him. At least, exactly. At least I feel like that we got a little skin in the game, baby.
I want to show you this clip right here. This is
anything is possible, but
Caskell. Here's what she has to say about JD Vance. Let's play this clip.
Took a little smile right off his face.
This is really extreme. This JD Vance. Now keep in mind, not 20 years ago, not when he was in college, just in the last few months as a United States Senator, he voted against protecting IVF. He voted against protecting contraception, birth control. And maybe the most telling vote of all, only 28 senators voted with him. He voted to allow law enforcement to get the medical records of women in America. It's okay for the police to get medical records. That's jaw dropping to most swing voters. Not acceptable in America.
Other video footage is being unearthed of
The last person that sit there and acted like he was going to do that, and that was his big go-to, his name's Daniel Cameron. You know what he has? Not a fucking job now. He was trying to run for governor here in Kentucky, and we told him to get his shit and get to going. Get to stepping, homie. What's up, KS? How you doing? We're just listening to some short clips of different videos while I'm cleaning. I'm going to be cooking here in a minute. I'm making some steaks and potatoes, and I'm making strawberry shortcake for dessert. And then about 9 o'clock-ish, we're going to probably do a game night, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Events right now as well. Show you this
I
clip
just wanted to be able to come on and hang out with you guys for a little bit because my work schedule and shit's so busy that I don't get to see everybody all the time.
right here, where J.D. Vance made some horrific misogynistic remarks. He did it on a podcast hosted by a Twitter user who he follows, who calls for, quote, let's put misogynists back in the Oval Office, and says we need to stop normalizing consent. Here, take a look. J.D. Vance follows this account. Here's what he said on that podcast, where the podcaster talks about stop normalizing consent and to bring back misogynists in the Oval Office. Here's what Vance said. Play the clip.
Okay, look, here's the situation. Let's say Roe versus Wade is overruled. Ohio bans abortion, in 2022, let's say 2024. And then, every day, George Soros sends a 747 to Columbus to load up disproportionately black women to get them to go have abortions in California. Of course, the left will celebrate this as a victory for diversity. That's kind of
House Justice is being exterminated.
Can Andy run as president? I don't like any of the candidates that are running now. He's not going to run right now. If he doesn't get picked as VP, he'll probably run for the next thing. But I don't think any of them are going to run. This is what I was trying to explain to somebody last night, and I understand what she was saying. But so there's usually a primary and all this other different stuff. Okay, but what has kind of happened with this situation is she's already gotten all the delegates that need for her to be able to fight Trump. They are expecting her to announce her VP no later than August 7th. So more than likely, that's who we got. We got her, and what I've liked to see, an open, whatever, to where other people can come in and try to do their thing, sure. But I'll be honest with you, I think that it wouldn't have mattered. That's just my opinion. I would, but I do think that if he doesn't get picked as VP, I think he'll be running for president next time. But we never know. So whether we like the candidates or not, this is what we got. And she's not my first pick, but I'm damn sure not going to support Trump.
That's right. Yeah.
Black people.
Yeah, something like that could. I mean, that would be a weird turn of events that could happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, if that happens, you need some federal response to prevent it from happening because it's really creepy. And I'm pretty sympathetic to that, actually.
And so all of this is going on. The Biden-Harris administration is doing the hard work. As Ian Sams posted, big news from the Biden-Harris administration in just the past 24 hours. Border crossings hit their lowest levels since he took office, down 55% since the Biden-Harris executive order. Two top-tier leaders of fentanyl trafficking.
She has to be official by August 7th or can't be on the ballot on Ohio. Right, exactly.
Sinaloa cartel were arrested, and that was big news as well. You have El Mayo and also El Chapo's son were arrested, which, as Jennifer Griffin says, this is the equivalent of getting Bin Laden when it comes to the war against fentanyl. Biden's DOJ got the Sinaloa cartel bosses. They were lured to the U.S. thinking they were landing at a property in Mexico and nabbed near El Paso, Texas. And it's believed that actually El Chapo's son set up El Mayo.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I think Trump is nervous. I think that Trump is going to shoot himself on his foot. So I don't know. We'll see. I think that she's gonna, if nothing else, she's damn sure gonna give him a run for his fucking money. and he's not as cocky as he thought he was. So, I mean, you know, very well, much so, he could still win. But I actually have a little bit of hope now, and I don't feel like he might win as easy.
Brought up to Texas, where Biden's DOJ set up this sting and arrested the top Mexican drug kingpins who were bringing in fentanyl here. So another big Biden DOJ win. And while all of that is going on, you have Don Jr. and JD Vance did this bizarre interview. Let me show you this, and then I want to show you
That's right.
what Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett had to say. Here's the interview that was just released by Don Jr. We just took some of the, I guess, lowlights of it, but this was the whole thing, basically. I'll just show you a short clip. Play it.
Like, some of them are like, we don't even want white women. Like, it doesn't, like, we need to check, like, 3 or 4 boxes so you can end up with, like, if you're, like, you know, a trans communist, this, that, and the other, like, you too can be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company with no experience whatsoever. He's actually spent real time with them. Like, any sort of, I would say he's a blue-collar millionaire. 15 years ago when I said it, people used to shit all over me, like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you don't understand it. And now they understand what the borders are. Wrote the article. It wasn't even like the same publication. It was the same journalist. I'm like, this you? Like, to literally save democracy. It's literally at risk, Jake. That's like, yes.
Here's Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett discussing the Republican attacks on Vice President Kamala Harris.
You talk about the emotions in Congress. I wonder what you make of the Republican response. I mean, House Republicans, conservatives have been calling the Vice President of the United States, quote, an unqualified DEI hire. I know you have thoughts about this.
I absolutely do. Listen, that tells you everything that you need to know about these clowns. They have nothing of substance to contribute, as they normally don't. I mean, this is exactly why we literally are supposed to be working next week, and we're not even coming to work to make sure that we can pass a budget because they have no plans. I need the American people to wake up. They have.
I'll be honest with you. I don't, even if he was to get on the ballot, I don't think he's going to do anything. And I think that, and which some people don't like either one, so they're not going to vote for either one, which is fine. But I think any vote outside of either one of them is automatically giving it to the person you probably don't want to win. So just throwing that out there. But yes, anything's possible. We don't know what's going to happen. But one thing I know now is at least we got a fucking race.
No plan unless we start talking about Project 2025, which doesn't do anything for any of us. And one of the things that they continuously push in Project 2025 are these unwarranted attacks on anyone that is diverse in any way, and they try to pretend as if we don't have credentials. But my question is, as you continue to say that somehow JD Vance is prepared and qualified to be the Vice President of the United States, I'm sorry, but this guy is walking into a role with way less qualifications than our vice president. If we want to look at the qualifications that were required of her before she got the job, she had been elected a prosecutor. She had been elected the attorney general. She had been elected to the U.S. Senate before she was ever the vice president. JD Vance has been in the Senate for not even 2 years. So what I don't want to hear from that side is about a DEI hire, because what I can tell you for sure is that this is them talking about the fact that they literally just cannot measure up to my vice president and soon to be their president of the United States.
Yes, and while everybody's talking about JD Vance and the couch rumor, which is not true. I mean, Associated Press claims that JD Vance said that never happened with the couches, but it is true. The Dolphins, he did search that. You can see that he searched that on Twitter, women Dolphins, and I don't know why he was doing that, and he, I think, accidentally posted it. But here's the video that everybody's talking about as well, where JD Vance says women who haven't given birth are childless cat ladies who are miserable at their lives and are threats to this country. Play this clip.
But look, what I was basically saying is that we're effectively run this country via Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it? I just wanted to ask that question and propose.
So that's the state of the race
Vinny.
right now. We will keep you updated out. Here's what some of the MAGA Republican influencers are saying too. Gunther Eagleman, big right-wing back influencer, says, men, don't let your wives ruin America. Make sure they are voting for President Trump. Exclamation point. That's where we're at right now as a country. Subscribe. Let's get to 3 million.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas.
All right, what else do I want to listen to? Let's see what we got going on.
Vice President Kamala Harris hitting the campaign trail today.
Okay, this is 2 days ago. I'm trying to find stuff that's in the last couple hours. Trump suddenly hit with nightmare news on sentence.
You're watching the legal breakdown. All right, so Glenn, Donald Trump's already very bad week just got a lot worse. So we're going to take a look back into the New York courtroom where his last-ditch effort to overturn his 34 criminal convictions just ran into a major roadblock. So what just happened here?
Ryan, it's looking like Donald Trump might actually go to sentencing on his 34 felony convictions come September 18th. Why do I say that? Because the prosecutors in the case, Alvin Bragg and his team of prosecutors that convicted Donald Trump of those 34 felony counts, just filed their opposition in court to Donald Trump's motion trying to convince the presiding judge, Juan Merchan, to toss out all 34 felony convictions based on the Supreme Court's presidential immunity decision. Well, Alvin Bragg's prosecutors just filed a scorched earth opposition that said, look, the Supreme Court said a president might be above the law for official presidential acts, but guess what? Virtually nothing Donald Trump did when he was committing the crimes in New York for which he has been convicted, none of it involved official presidential conduct. It was all private. It was all criminal in violation of New York state law, and none of it is impacted by the Supreme Court's pretty horrific.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Can violate the laws of the
Summer, did you hear what law enforcement has a lot of city and county governments are saying about they're not happy with it and don't see how it can be enforced by them. I don't know what city and government is saying that, because I know as far as Louisville goes and everywhere else that I know of, the police are definitely enforcing it. And if they weren't happy about it, then they should have stepped up and helped us when we were screaming about it. And if they're not happy about it, then they need to find some loopholes in it, which probably is not going to happen, because before they sent this and did what they did, they made sure that there was a lot of loopholes that were covered. So, people can say a whole lot, but until their actions show me differently, I don't know.
United States with impunity and can't be held criminally accountable. They said basically it doesn't apply given the facts, given the evidence of his New York State convictions. And, you know, if you want to drill down a little bit, I don't want to turn this into a legal breakdown law school class, but just bear with me here. What they said is none of it was official presidential conduct. However, if a judge decides that there was some smattering, some bits and pieces of things Donald Trump did after he was sworn in as president, and somebody might conclude they look somewhat official, guess what? You can excise that evidence from the case. You can take it out of the case, and his convictions should still be affirmed. Why is that? Because there's a doctrine in the law called harmless error. Every single criminal trial.
Is that what they're telling people? Because I can tell you Owensburg has arrested homeless people. I can tell you that every county in Kentucky just about has, that has a major homeless problem, has arrested people. So, I mean, again, they're saying things, but I know people have been fined. I know, because I have people that actually help with homeless stuff out that way. So, a lot in Kentucky, I'm not buying that. I believe that's just shit they're trying to tell their constituents, their people, to get them off of the board. All of them knew this was going to the Supreme Court. This has been going on actually for a couple of years now, and people in Kentucky know that. And so the the mayors and stuff may say one thing, and the police may say one thing, but when they're finding people and they're enforcing it, because they don't have to enforce it, they don't have to enforce it. They can come up with a better solution. So I don't know.
That is conducted, all around our nation every day. Mistakes are made. That won't come as a surprise to anybody. These are human endeavors. Prosecutors make mistakes. Defense attorneys make mistakes. Judges make mistakes. But there's a doctrine in the law that says, notwithstanding the fact that lots of mistakes are made at trial, if the mistake is not such that it provides just dramatically incriminating evidence, such that without that evidence that came in mistaken.
And just for the record, this is one thing that I'm not happy with Bashir on, because I feel like he could have done more as well. So, you know.
Guy, the defendant would have been found not guilty, then the doctrine of harmless error says.
Now, I do know there's outreach workers and there's citizens of Owensburg and different things like that are not happy about it. But as far as the police and mayors and different shit like that, they're all enforcing this. ISOPD about how it works. If you can be fined the first time, arrested if caught the same night, they don't know how it works. That's what they're telling you.
It can still be.
They know how it works because it's the same way they've been doing. They just don't have to hide behind trespassing or anything anymore. So, I don't believe shit police say anyway.
I'll give you a quick example. Some witnesses testify.
Because I've watched them time and time again tell us one thing and then go around and do other things. So
it shouldn't have gone to the jury. That happens every day in criminal trials. The appellate court will look at that piece of hearsay that came in inappropriately in violation of the rules of evidence, and they'll say, yeah, all of the other incriminating evidence sustains and supports the conviction, so that hearsay doesn't matter, and we affirm the conviction on appeal. So the doctrine harmless error, if there was any error at all, will.
He did, but I just wish there was something else that he could have fucking done, dude. I don't know what, but I just feel like there's more that could have happened with all that. And I believe that if people wouldn't have waited so long, then again, it's our state. We don't have to enforce any of it. Okay, Garrett, you'll probably have to remind me, babe, because I'll be having a busy weekend, so I might forget. You know how my memory problems are. But I'll have Casey or one of them try to remind me as well. Because, yeah, I'm going to be driving, and then I'm going to be going and being busy all weekend. And I can't remember. I can barely remember to put one foot in the front of the other. I don't know. I just feel like everybody in powerful positions in Kentucky could have done something different. And this is where we're at. So it just fucking sucks, dude. I do think Bashir would took it to court, but waited for the Supreme Court rule. Yeah, well, once the Supreme Court rules, there's nothing. Yeah.
Trump has been convicted in, and it is because of that. And if anybody wants to read a really well-crafted, nearly 70-page motion from a team of prosecutors, read what Alvin Bragg's team just filed. I am more optimistic now than ever, Brian, that Donald Trump will be going to sentencing on September 18th for those 34 felony convictions.
Okay, I'll take it. Glenn, even if Donald Trump did have a basis to get this case thrown away, which we now know based on Alvin Bragg's motion, making a very compelling argument as to why the Supreme Court's immunity decision doesn't apply here, because again, all of Donald Trump's criminal activity happened while he was running to be president, not while he was actually president. He also raised this issue too late. So wouldn't this whole thing just be moot anyway?
Yes and no. It's a great question, because usually if you miss a filing deadline,
oh, that's cool. That'll be fun.
Right? However,
I don't care about this. This is boring. Let's find something else.
I'll say this: it's amazing to see her, out there in the public, super confident, composed.
So why are all Trump's people now calling for him to replace his VP? I tell you what, if nothing else, I think we can all agree that this fucking presidential shit has been It has just been one big ass shit show. He would have wasted taxpayers' money to take it to the 6 bills. Yeah, I don't know. What's done is done. So, I mean, I just know that, yes, people are enforcing it. They don't have to. They don't have to, but they are.
Competent. Like, I loved.
And they know how it works too. So if anybody's telling you they don't understand how this bill works, because I bet you they also understand all the other, it's a criminal bill. The whole thing was a criminal bill. It wasn't just the homeless people. The 3-strike rule laws in there. There's all kinds of shit in there.
To see that, and I also love that she keeps clowning Trump rather than coming out to talk about how offended she is about Trump. Because mocking and clowning, I think, is more effective than constantly talking about how offended you are. And so I'm impressed with how the campaign is going so far, and I hope it continues. I get that we might just be in a honeymoon phase right now, but that doesn't even matter to me. What matters to me is how she conducts herself when she's out in the public. And she
Fernando!
I'm a leader.
Oh yeah, well the guy he's got for his VP is just, and that's what's making it so bad, right? Because you know, if you pay attention to Trump or anything, he's a control freak, and he's hugely narcissistic, obviously. And there's nothing wrong with being a little narcissistic. It's when you take it to the extreme that it becomes an issue. You know what I mean? But I just don't see how in any way, shape, or form, except that, you know, and I mean, Project 2025 is part 2 is coming out, and rumor has it that his VP has a lot to do with that as too. I know he's a huge donor for the Heritage people. I know that he's in all of that bunch. So
he's not in the spotlight long enough to also.
Well, we've then learned and seen that the 3-strike rule thing doesn't work. And so, yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely he is. I know that. People don't want to believe that he's a part of it. And then they try to say, well, Trump doesn't know anything about it. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. The people that are part of the Heritage, some of the people who are part of the Heritage Foundation all sat on his cabinet. The shit we all tell ourselves so we don't have to look at reality. I get it. I did it a lot of my life. Thank God I don't have to live like that anymore. But I get it.
Rift between them led to Pence just totally dismissing him.
And if anybody thinks that anybody's going to win by degrading women on this, by talking shit about race, by being misogynist and all this other stuff, that is not going to work. Not in this time and age, not in 2024. It didn't work in 2020. It's not going to work now. So, you know, like, but I'm glad it's happening, because every single person that does it, and every single person that does it just shows us exactly how fucking way behind. Trump brags about taking a bullet for this country. No, a fireman took a bullet for Trump. There you go. Thank you very much, sir. 100%. And thank you for the super chat. 100%. I agree with that. I seen something the other day. I knew, listen, and I was vocal about it. I didn't agree. Wait. I didn't agree with it. I don't know. There's something whole weird about his shooting thing.
Doesn't want a moderate who could potentially be in that situation again, or could potentially break from Trump on what Trump sees as a key issue. He wants.
Trump knows more than he leads on, and I'm really scared of Project 2025. Yeah, 100%. Everybody should be. It's the people that that want to argue against it that haven't even went and read it. That's the people that I think's amazing. Like, go, go, go.
Someone that's going to be with him 100%. And electorally, that doesn't make sense. That's why you see, as frustrating as it is from a progressive or a leftist standpoint, you see some of the names thrown around for Kamala's VP pick, and it's like, oh, that person's Pete Buttigieg, no thanks. But they're thinking about how they can build the biggest and potentially a winning coalition, and Trump's team just didn't do that.
Very sad.
That's an excellent point. And I love that you point to the contradiction of Trump needing someone who's just committed to him, unwavering in their commitment to him, while also simultaneously presenting themselves as a moderate. I'm not sure that exists. And so that contradiction, I think, is going to be a big liability for Trump as he campaigns. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a lot more news to get to. Don't miss it. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
I know one thing, and I'm gonna say it again. I said it earlier. Mine and my birthday twin's birthday is going to be very interesting, one way or another. Oh, he's speaking. When is he speaking again? Is he speaking at 8? I'm gonna be doing game night, or well, getting ready for game night. These people are fucking crazy. President Trump delivers remarks at Bitcoin conference in Nashville. Summer, I like former president. Just go. Let's see. Summer, like former presidents, just go. Hey, I picked this guy. I know they look at the background. I mean, well, his son picked. I believe his son's is the one that moved this dude right into position. I don't think he was the best candidate. I'm not. You know. I don't think. Nah, I think game night will be better. I can go back and listen to his bullshit later. I do want to push it till 9 o'clock though, if that's okay. Just because I'm gonna cook dinner and stuff and want to eat. And I'll be done by like 8:45. So I figure if it's okay with you guys. If not, we can start at 8:30 and I can just join in later. That's fine too. Whatever works best for you all. I'm going to call for Supreme Court.
Send the military into these black neighborhoods, make the streets safe. They'll complain about it. It doesn't matter. The Jim Crow stuff.
Well, if you want, you guys can go ahead and start, and I'll just jump in. Where you guys were gonna go, like 8:30? Because Christina, I mean, you guys can all do that. Casey, all y'all got power to do it, so y'all can go ahead and start, and I'll just join in after I get done cooking. How about that? I don't have to come in and mess anything up.
Did this, right? Like Donald Jr. is the one that sold his dad on Vance. The campaign was leading in other directions. And I think we're going to come to find out that the campaign was leading in other directions because they vetted him.
Well, I can start it. You guys just tell me what time you want to do it. And then you guys
all these videos and
go from there. Christine and Casey both know how to take it from there.
Seeing, and they're shocking. I mean, J.D. Vance, whatever you're very articulate, right? The precision of your language and your words, but J.D. Vance is a disgusting pig. He's an incredible extremist. He is like literally Commander Vance on The Handmaid's Tale. And it is on a level that is just shocking to me, honestly, right?
And he looks evil. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That man looks demonic, and he needs to lay off the eyeliner and mascara. Like, come on, dude. Like, get it together.
Like, I had some vague understanding of this, but listening to that interview with him, one of the first things that came out, where he was making the case for getting rid of no-fault divorce, where he said that it's important for women, even women getting beaten repeatedly in their marriages, having been potentially hospitalized by a brutal husband, should stay in that marriage, not have the ability to leave that marriage because it's good for the children. And I really, honestly, I was just taken aback by that because I just couldn't believe that anybody in the United States.
Just FYI, just so people understand, don't ever stay in a bad relationship, marriage, or anything like that just for the kids. Because actually what you're doing is you're harming your children more than you will ever understand. And you probably will never understand that until you are away from your abuser. And this goes for men or women because both can be abusers. But you probably won't understand that until not only are you away from them, but also you have a couple months or 6 months to a year of really serious healing to understand that yes, staying in bad relationships can really do damage to your children. So don't do that. Don't do that. No matter if a vice president or whoever the fuck this moron is says it.
States could believe that, and I think about part of what I'm thinking about a lot since Vance got picked is how much it's time for men now to really stand up, because the kinds of stripping of rights and freedoms away from women in America and the kind of way that they're talking about women. I mean, it's my wife and my daughter and my sister and people that I love and have worked with. This is outrageous to me in ways that it was even more so than it's been before, because Donald Trump picked the guy who.
And I also agree with that. Real men, regardless if you're Republican, regardless if you support Trump or whatever, men that are not abusers and that truly protect women don't co-sign this kind of shit. They do not co-sign this kind of shit at all. So I don't give a fuck who they are, what position they hold, any of that. Anybody that's telling women to stay in abusive relationships, anybody that is sitting here degrading someone, and regardless if you like this woman, let me say this: if you don't, regardless if you like her or not, right? This woman has been a hell of a prosecutor. She's been a hell of a fucking AG. She was all these different things. She is well more diverse than this fucking clown that just told people that he wants to get rid of no-fault divorce because, you know what? It don't matter if you're getting your ass beat in front of your kids. Let's go ahead and traumatize and create abusers while we're at it. Because when children see things happen, sometimes they can very well turn into that. So you need to protect your children. You need to protect yourself. And real men don't co-sign this kind of shit.
Was absolutely the most extreme possible candidate. It was done out of arrogance, whatever else we'll all find out. But man, he made is the issue around this Handmaid's Tale way of the Republican parties just unadulterated.
I also want to say this: have any of you watched Handmaid's Tale? Have you ever watched it? If you have not, first of all, amazing fucking show. And let me tell you, the Joan, the main character, that's my spirit animal. That's my man, she's amazing. And I can see, yeah. It's a really good show. It's a really fucked up show. And I suggest you go back from season 1 and watch. Or you could just skip it and go ahead and watch the last 2 seasons, and that'll really catch you up to date with what's going on. But I remember when I first heard about the show, people were like, Summer, you're not going to be able to watch the show. It's going to bother you. You might get triggered. Because there's a lot of elements. They don't call it trafficking or anything like that, but there's a lot of elements that definitely mock things that have happened to people when they're trafficked. And so, but the best part of it is, and it's America. The government's done took over America. People are, like how people are coming through our borders. Americans are running to Canada to try to get free because the Handmaid's Tale, they take women that had careers and different things like that. If you are of age to breed, and there were other people that can't have children, that's where the women that wear the red coats, they go and for all the powerful rich families and stuff that can't produce babies because they're so fucking evil, their wounds are ate up. Then they force other women to do this, and they become basically a sex slave to their husband until they get pregnant, and it's all fucked up. But yeah, you should go watch it and then go read Project 2025 and then wonder why some of us are losing our shit.
Misogyny is now going to be major.
And I don't give a fuck if it's Democrats or Republicans, which is not Democrats, regardless of what people say. The Heritage Foundation is a Republican think tank. They have been a part of Trump's cabinet last time he served. Oh yeah, that's how we started out. I'm sorry, Garrett, you didn't know. So last night he made a statement that he wasn't going to debate her because Obama wouldn't even support her. Motherfuckers don't understand how chess works, checkers. Yeah, chess. People don't know how to understand how chess works. I purposely think that they did all this by they want to take the whole day to where they can just really stick it to Trump and eat up the news waves and all that kind of stuff, right? And so the Obamas and them came out and supported her. There was not a doubt in my mind, even if he was a little irritated for whatever reason. I never knew of anything like that, but if he was, I just didn't believe that them two were not going to come out and support her. They did. And so his biggest thing for not debating her was that Obama doesn't support her, so he's not going to do it, and they're just all jacked up, and yeah, he's just being an idiot because he's scared, because that's not Hillary, and that's not fucking Joe Biden, and she is a prosecutor, and she's already lighting his ass up on the tongue verbally on news conferences, so he doesn't want to be embarrassed, and he's just looking like a weak person, which is kind of funny, because if you know anything about him, you know that his persona is that he's this alpha man and no woman would ever be above him. Run, bitch, run.
Part of what's happening, and I saw Meghan McCain, right? Meghan McCain tweeted within the last couple of days that she warned the Republicans, saying, "Look, I don't know if you understand what's been unleashed with conservative women who are listening to this stuff and recoiling at it because they didn't really understand that the bros, had gone that far in their kind of extremism and how much they were planning to keep pushing this." So I do think that whatever Trump thought he was doing is that he guaranteed that the issue of reproductive freedom.
Oh yeah, for me, I don't vote party. I vote people. So, I could vote Republican 1 minute, I could vote Democrat 1 minute. It just depends on the people and what I feel. And this is the way everybody should vote. To be honest with you, you should always keep your options open because, come on, we're dealing with Satan's pool when it comes to shit like this, right? So, might as well keep your options open and decide which one you want to get. Every right now and then you might get somebody that does something really good and actually does what they say, but we all know that our government is a pretty shit show these days, so. Oh, she's not. I'm sure he's right. She's only been used for now. Well, regardless if she's being used or not, she got his ass running, Fernando.
And the stripping of rights.
Why make all the cheap shots? Why be misogynist? Why do all the things that him and his little bitch boy VPs doing to make asses out of themselves? Because that's what they're really good at. If he's such a man and she's no competition, why you keep running? So she ain't chuckling when she's been tearing them up. She's actually given some very good speeches these last couple days. I was actually shocked at some of the speeches that she gave because sometimes she's, has a nervous laugh or whatever the fuck it is, right? Some people do that. But she's actually given some really good fucking statements and speeches at her little things she's been doing. So, hey, good guy, how are you doing, sweetie? Used or not, baby, this is one position that she ain't mind being used, and she ain't running. He continues to run though.
Freedoms away from the women of America, potentially all Americans someday.
Yeah, and so does Trump. Trump has a speechwriter as well. She's just doing better at delivering hers.
Through this really wild, insane, extreme vision that.
And I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not. How are you guys not going to tell that he's nervous? He's not as cocky as he was. He's all over the place. Him and his vice president do not have any kind of chemistry together. Come on, you guys. All of us have been watching Trump and how he goes. He's not doing that. Well, I guess you don't know if he goes off the cuff or not because we don't know what either one of them are being written now, are we? We can't read those teleprompters, can we? So, what's the reason for the misogynist? What's the reason for the racist shit? What's the reason for all that? I'll wait. Anybody can give me an answer. I'll wait, though. I'll be here all night.
He's literally floated.
It's not worth his time? Okay. All right. Well, I hope he keeps thinking like that. I hope he continues to be the chauvinistic fucking pig he is. I hope him and his fucking base keeps throwing the racist fucking shots. All of that. I hope they keep showing everybody exactly who the fuck they are. And not obviously everybody that votes for Trump, I believe, is that way. But then I have to ask myself, like, come on, man. This is what you guys are okay with? as women, especially to the women people that vote for him. Really, you all think it's okay for him to sit there and just continue to tear down women, veterans? Remember Fernando when he made fun of veterans? Remember that? Short arms. We all remember that? I sure do.
Just all of this stuff that's come out, it's just so wild. It's
And let's not forget when he told everybody that if Ivanka wasn't his daughter, he would fuck her. Let's not forget that either, because that's awesome, right?
too. It's like it is literally like fiction, right? And I think it's done enormous harm to Trump, and I think it's radicalized. I think there are a couple of things that have happened this week. I think that.
Oh, you've never heard that, Fernando? You should go. It's a true statement. It's very true. I'm not making anything up. Go do some research. Oh, you didn't hear when he made fun of what was old boy that had the short arms that was a captain of war and all that kind of stuff? When he sit there and made fun of him and he stood at his podium. Hold on. Maybe you'll remember this. When he sit there and went like this. Remember that? Remember when he did that? I do. A lot of people do.
One is the rallying behind Kamala, but I think some of the energy around that was
McCain. Yes, thank you very much.
That Vance supercharged it. He poured gasoline on the Kamala fire, whatever the analogy is you want to use, because of just the outrageousness of it and the amount of audio and video available. Right, that's the other thing. It wasn't a clip here, a clip there.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by. Fernando, like I sit there and said, if anybody, listen, I don't take shit personal when people are talking their shit about politics. Don't take anything personal, because when this is all said and done with, I'm still gonna fuck with Chilled and Fernando and all the other people that come here and hang out with me, and you know what I mean. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, he did make fun of McCain as well. But so it was a journalist. My bad. He makes fun of so many people. I get it confused. The disabled journalist, and then also when he made fun of McCain. Thank you for straightening that out for me, because sometimes it's just so much you just never know. I mean,
wild, crazy thing comes out, including this thing that came out 2 days ago, where Vance tweeted in 2016 and said, what's the percentage of the population do we think that Donald Trump sexually assaulted? And how in the world?
And I mean, that was his VP that said that. Oh, do we remember when his VP also called him Hitler?
Did Donald Trump pick that guy who said that, who wrote that, who tweeted it? It's in public, right?
It's in public.
That wasn't going to be a problem. I mean, we can spend the last month of this election probably just making ads out of things that J.D. Vance has said about Donald Trump, and they'll be more devastating than anything we could say, right? And because his attacks Trump were
all I'm saying is, if I was a part of Trump's camp, right, I would tell him that he needs to back down and chill out on some of the shit. Yes, 100%, Thomas. I agree with that. I think as a whole, all of our government sucks. But you know what? Right now, this is what we got. And this is what, you don't have to participate. Nobody has to participate. That's the beautiful thing about our, whatever you want to call it, Republican, the voting system, period, right? You don't have to participate in it. I choose to. Because women died for my right. And I also come from a military family, and there's soldiers that died for our right to vote. So I will always participate in voting. I never vote parties, or I vote people. So if there's somebody that I see that is going to maybe say the things that, I hope that they're going to fucking do, because let's face it, I mean, the government does what the government wants to do.
Vicious.
I mean, they did just make homelessness criminalized. So there's that.
And intense and heartfelt, right? Back when
I read on that.
Right?
I read on that, Chilled. It comes up every single time that she goes for office for something. That's the thing, right? A lot of the stuff that everybody has, this is stuff that everybody's already talked about. And I'm not saying it's right. Listen, I've been very clear. She was not my first choice. Not by a long shot. But this is what we got. And all this, including what you wrote, Chilled, and her supposedly sleeping her way to the top, and all this other shit that everybody says, it's the same shit every time she runs for something, they say.
Iteration. And so I think this is all, I think what I've always believed is the most
But with the statement that you wrote and the statement of him saying if she wasn't his daughter, he would fuck her, you know, it's hard for me to pick which one I think is unacceptable.
Powerful force in our politics since 2018 has been fear and opposition to MAGA. And in
Read about her as well. We know about that as well. This is stuff that again comes out every single time she runs for anything.
2022, that fear was.
I've already said the amount of black and brown people that got locked up for marijuana that she did, you know, all the stupid shit that she did and has been done. Not everybody agrees with that. Well, I don't think voting third party will. You want to see proof of that? Go do your research. I promise you it'll come up. Him saying that if Ivanka wasn't his daughter, he would fuck her. That is something that he definitely said. He definitely said that. And at this point, I believe if you vote third party, you're just throwing your votes away. I think that if people plan in the beginning of it and we have a third party that we could vote for that actually will be substantial, that might actually have some skin in the race, then I think that's a fabulous idea. But until people come together and come up with something like that, this is what we're doing. It won't, but it's what we need to do. I agree with that. I think that I would love to see people to not do the Democrat Republican thing and actually pick a third party person and knock both of them down, because I think both of them need to sit down for a timeout and understand that they're supposed to be fighting for the American people. And let's face it, no matter who wins, they don't. We're talking about your zaddy. He's running. He's running like a track star. Jesus, get the fuck out of here. I am going to put my husband on the sidewalk. If anybody would like to have him, they can. No, keep on vote for a third party. Fernando, I don't understand what you're saying on that one, sweetie. If I was an AG of the state, it was Mary Jane. I would not prosecute them for weed. 100%. I agree. I mean, think about all the people that have been prosecuted for marijuana, and now it's legal in most states. So, you know what I mean? Kind of sucks.
It was
Where's the daddy running from like a track star?
Brought out by Alika Dobbs Uvalde.
Well, last night he said he wasn't gonna. He didn't want to do a debate with her because even Obama's not backing her. And then of course Obama and Michelle came out and was like, "By the way, we're backing you." So yeah, he doesn't want to debate her now.
The mass shooting that happened a week after, and then Dobbs, and I also.
That's because what? Oh, you know what? You can argue with this woman all night long. You keep on fucking playing. My husband said that's because no man wants to argue with a woman all the time. And he's smiling because he knows he's about to get tripped. If we had stairs, I'd push him down them.
The January 6th committee sort of took all their ugliness and threw it in everybody.
I agree with that. I agree 100%, Katrina. I would love to see, these systems that are put in place are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to divide people. They're supposed to keep people arguing with each other. That's why I don't argue with people. I don't want to argue with people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we'll go back and forth on debating and shit like that. But like, I'm not going to disown people because of who they vote for. That's just not how I work. And I strongly believe in people power. You know what I mean? I've seen it work in my own city. We've gotten rid of fucking people by voting their asses out. But what happens on a national level is they continue to keep playing. And so I would love to see people go, you know what? Breaking news. Former President Trump mocks Kamala Harris name, but her campaign is putting it in front and center. I don't know what that is. Putting what front and center? Putting her front and center. Yeah, most definitely. They've been mocking her all fucking since she got nominated to be the president. They've talked about her race. They talked about her sexuality. They've talked about every single thing. Because that's what happens, right? If men feel inferior to a woman, majority of the time, they're going to tear that woman down. They're going to, you know what I mean, make a mockery out of it. And whether it was listen, I also am going to say, even if it was not Kamala running, let's say I was running, what do you all think they would say about me? You know what I mean? No matter what, any woman that gets in that position, because I don't think America's quite all the way ready for a woman president. But I think it's why not? Why not? What do we got to fucking lose? Half the country already hates each other because of fucking politics. What else do we got to fucking lose? I think the real way is to have a mix of president and vice president. The one is Sim and the other rips equal government. Yeah, I mean, I've always said that, you know, if it wasn't meant to divide us, there would never be like a Republican or Democrat party. It would be like, all right, well, here's Thomas and Summer and Fernando and Chill. They're all going to run. So now you guys go vote for who you want. You know what I mean? But the systems were created so people stay divided. I believe in humanity more than anything. It's fun to talk about politics. It's fun to kind of go back and forth. Me, I show what I'm about. I show how I'm about going out and helping community, showing up when it matters, being involved in things in your community that matters, being, you know, helping youth, helping elderly, helping our homeless veterans, all of that. That's what I believe in. This politics shit, it's fun banner to go back and forth with. But at the end of the day, do I think we're fucked either way? Yeah, to an extent, I do.
His face, and it was a central reason we did so well. And the question would be, what would that be this time? And yes, we had Trump himself, and the extremism is far more dangerous and extreme. But it's possible that Vance became the thing that tipped this to a place of like, you got to be kidding me. There's no way.
Run what? The government is for the people, by the people, and not rich to get richer. Yeah, that's the way it was supposed to be, but power and control has definitely changed that, right?
Go there. These guys are insane. And in a way that was just
I don't understand what you're asking, Shield.
not really happening with
By the way, I'm not really running for president. I was just joking.
prior to this. And so this will go down as, you know, one of the greatest political mistakes. Not a big surprise. Trump is old and out of it, delusional, and I think deeply diminished. And he's not in touch with the real world. I mean, he lives in this alternative world that my friend Greg Sargent calls Foxlandia, you know, which is occasionally overlaps with the real
I don't
world,
remember.
Recently, so, you know, infrequently. And so I'm optimistic about what we're going to be able to do here in this very bright contrast that Kamala Harris has been talking about the last 2 days.
Yeah, Simon, JD Vance is a uniquely abhorrent figure. I actually had a little bit written for my open in my notes. I didn't do that, you know, as a meticulously written open, but I didn't read it. I will say it right now. I was thinking about how, you know, God forbid Donald Trump is elected. There is a real possibility that JD Vance becomes president because Donald Trump is not able to fulfill his term. And, you know, a couple ironic things here. I mean, I've heard chatter that JD Vance was picked because of his looks. I mean, I don't know what kind of standard for, you know, good looks anybody has out there, but God almighty, I mean, JD Vance's looks, okay. But this guy is somebody who, first of all, is 100% on board with Project 2025, which I think had a lot to do with the pick. And I'm going to play a clip in a minute just to remind people of what it.
FYI, this is really good. This is called Steak King. This is really good seasoning for your steaks.
A scary proposition this would be, but also this guy has no executive experience, no, you know, very minimal electoral experience. He's been in the Senate for less than 2 years. I was going to make a joke that, you know, I think he has no executive experience, but he might make a really good CEO of a furniture company just for men. If you know, right? But this guy.
That whole thing, by the way, it's just so. I mean, it's.
I want someone.
I mean, this is what I mean.
I want someone in office that is not going to raise taxes and make people less fortunate. I agree. Don't mind a woman president. We had one already, Bill Clinton. My bad. Yeah. Well, that's my thing. Like, I get some of the, like, you know, some people are like, well, Summer, what about, like, you know, some of the overseas people, right? Like, they're not going to respect women. They're not going to respect a woman in power. You know, what does that mean for war stuff? What does that mean for this and that? I don't know, right? But I will say this. I will say that I think, hey, hell, everybody would vote for a cup of water if it had a deer on it. Facts. What's up, bro? Love you. 100%. I agree. I agree. And like I said, I would have liked to seen a primary happen. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would have been cool. I think that it would have been fun to watch. I think it would have been really good. But and I'll tell you what's really leading, even though she wasn't my first pick and everything, what's really leading me for this is I'm scared of even 5% of what's in Project 2025 coming out. I'm being a reality. Now, a lot of people will say, well, some of these things have been around, blah, blah, blah. You know, they always do something like this. There's a difference, though. I see things now actually happening. Women's rights have been taken away. I've seen criminalization of homelessness. I've seen just some different things that have come to fruition. And so, and then on top of that, these same people that, you know, Trump is trying to take himself away from so much, they're coming out with part 2 of Project 2025. And people should do themselves a justice, regardless of who you believe in. Even if you don't think it's going to happen, go read it. Just go read some of it. 900 pages. I get there's a lot. Go read it. What would benefit anybody taking away pre-K? Free lunches, the Social Security and shit. All these different things that truly do help people. Go read. Go read.
Like, I'm sure they vetted him, right? And they showed all.
But what'll happen is the same thing that happened when the bill of criminalization for homelessness came through. For more than over a year and a half, we screamed about this bill. We begged people to get involved. We begged people to call their governors and all this other stuff. And now, what, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, it is now a crime to be homeless in America. And they don't care if you're a veteran. They don't care if you're a mother with kids. They don't care about any of that. So you are all right with keeping people in prison longer than their sentences for cheaper labor? No, I don't. I don't. But again, have you read Project 2025? We will chop everything up being illegal's fault. This is, and that's what the government wants you to believe. So, you know, go ahead, believe it. Everything's the immigrants' fault. Everything. Nothing was distraught before we had an immigration problem. None of that. No, nothing to see here, folks. It's all the immigrants' fault.
Stuff to Trump, and he's like, whatever, right? You know, I mean,
this is my guy.
Yeah. Elon said he'll give us $500 billion, and Putin's gonna love him, and you know, my son loves him, and Tucker Carlson loves him, and so WTF? You know, this is very Trumpian, right?
Love you, brother.
Throw away the data. Throw away the stuff you know that the campaign's like, hey, Donald, this is like going to cause us a lot of trouble. And Donald, who knows best, right? Who's, you know, as I call, is
was raised by single women who are the strongest person
right?
on
He's an idiot, right? And this was.
That respect, got nothing but respect in the hood. I once told the cops to take me to jail. Don't send me home to my mom. Facts. I would love to see the American people to come together. I would love American people to care about each other more than we do. Every time we have a vote, every time there's an election happens, it just shows me how much of humanity people really don't stand on, and how much we will take shots at each other. Like I said, there's memes going around with talking about this woman who slipped her way to the top. And like I said, even if she did, which I don't think she did, but whatever, even if she did, what about the men that slept with her to get her to the top? I mean, it's just so double, everything's so double standard. Summer, I have seen it, not saying that I'm saying it is worse now. We can't handle any more people. So are we going to become like China and all the people that are having babies? Are we going to like start, eating them off and shit? We can't handle more people. And again, I understand that we have an immigration issue. I 100% understand that. Do I know the answers to it? I don't. Summer can't figure the answers out to everything. As much as I would love to, I just can't. But what I think is funny is each year it's a group of people. 1 year, it's all Muslim people. 1 year, it's black people. Now it's immigration. It's women. It's whatever the fucking topic is, and whatever set of people we're gonna blame shit on. That's what we do. So it's nothing new to me. Nothing new to me at all. Every cycle of shit. This is what happens. So I don't know. We're gonna make some steaks tonight. We're gonna make some strawberry shortcake tonight. Okay, well, chill. Show me one issue that we fixed in the last 10 years. 15 years for that matter. Shit, fuck it. 20. Show me one issue that we fixed. We're not fixing issues. We're putting band-aids on bullet holes. We ain't fixed shit. But no, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but like we haven't even fixed any issue. There's still families that neighborhoods are getting gentrified. There's still families in America that have communities that have food deserts in them. We have so many problems. The police shooting and killing people. Like there's so many, and we blame everything on immigration. And I get that, like I said, I get it that, come on, dude. Yeah. I get there's a problem there. I understand, even though I don't understand all of it, I understand that there's, we got some things going on. But it just seems like everything, the stop sign isn't being worked right. Well, an immigrant did that. It's just, aren't we all immigrants to an extent? I mean, I don't know how many bloodlines go back to the original of being here, but most of us came here. I'm not saying you, but no, Child, I'm not saying you're blaming them by any. I'm just having a conversation with you. So we can't handle more people. So it's okay if all of us just start popping out babies left and right, and I mean, what are we gonna do with that? Because now that they're taking abortion rights away, how are we gonna fix that? Oh yeah, we have lots of, and especially in Kentucky, as those of us that know that live here, we have tons of food deserts and a lot of communities. And Katrina's right. I don't hear young people screaming immigration, immigrant. I just hear older people screaming that. Can I just say, how many of us hate when our kids cook and they get stuff on the burners, and then when you go to cook, your burner's smoking? Gotta love that, don't you? Nummy. 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 And I'm making strawberry shortcakes. It's up to the state. It should have been put in the ballot and let people vote on it. No, I don't agree with that either, because if that was the case, it would have stayed in state. The reason why it didn't stay in state is because women were dying at high rate of speeds. So then federal took it back over, and that's where it needs to be put in place. In my opinion. In my opinion. I'm just a little hot mess girl from Kentucky. Nobody has to listen to anything I say. I promise. Strawberries. I'm being a good little housewife today. I'm making dinner, dessert. I love my one day off that I can actually do stuff. And that's also why I wanted to get us to have, have our little day where we talk about politics. Because honestly, there's not a lot of channels where both sides can come together and have good conversation. We don't have to agree with each other. You know what I mean? Like, but just have conversation to hear each other. Pepsi. And what pisses me off is the area to go by class, not take everyone's income. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. And I think regardless of who we're going to vote for, I think we can all agree on that. And I think all of us, regardless of who we vote for, we want a safe community. We want people in our community to be able to get what they need. You know what I mean? I think most of us care. I really do. What's up, Matthew? I'm just chatting a little bit before while I'm cooking dinner. We're gonna do game night in a little bit. These are gonna be so fun. Oh yeah, take that bad boy. Yeah, I want to see a good steak. Look at that. You may not like my politics, but baby, you'll like my food. Got the veggies over here, there. That goes on top of the steaks. Yeah, well, we'll try it, and then if it doesn't work, then we'll keep working until we can get it to work, and then we'll try again. On another day if it has to be. But I did want to do game night tonight. That way, again, we can, in the midst of all of this stuff, we got to remember to take care of ourselves. We have to remember that people that we were, associated or cool with or whatever before all this, that we don't let any of this shit cost up our relationships. Because we can't really be we the people if we just don't talk to each other because we have different opinions. I agree with that, Jill, 100%. Unacceptable. Unbelievable and unacceptable. Who can really take care of a household off of that? You know what I mean? World War III. Now, Fernando, this is what I have said. I have said I feel like a war probably will be coming on because that is the one thing that can, they say anyway, fix economies and all that kind of shit. I don't think World War III is going to happen the way everybody thinks it's going to happen, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't want a war to happen, by the way. I don't believe in war. But I know that it doesn't matter what I believe in or not, it still happens. You see that? That caramelized. Now, Fernando, that is something me and you agree on because I agree with you 100%. That's how I believe it's going to happen. I've said it before. I believe the next war will be a cyber war. Steak number 1 done. Look at that. are pretty. But yeah, I think that's how it's gonna happen. I love that at least we can have conversations, dude. I really do like that. We're still winning if we're still talking, even if we disagree. Everybody remember that. We are still winning, even if we disagree, because we're still talking. And that's something that none of these weirdos have. I'm fucking mushrooms are fire. All right, now let's hope I do this right, because this is honestly my first time making this. But I mean, how hard can it be, right? All right, y'all ready to see if this works? All right, does anybody know? Okay, so I have this. Do I put the whipped cream on and then the strawberries and glaze, or I don't remember how that happened. Or do I put the whipped cream? Yeah, somebody help me out. How's the layers go on this thing for the strawberry shortcakes? Okay, cool. Thank you, Chill. Hey, listen, my internet family has helped me a lot of times on making things, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't always been the domestic housewife. I'm trying to learn. So shout out to all my people like Chilled and everybody else that helps me make it look good. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, so she said, Christine, what's up, beautiful? We always did strawberries first. All right, so I cut up the strawberries nice and good. So I think that'll be good. Strawberry, 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 strawberry. Hello. Dinner's almost done. Smell good? What up, what up? We just over here, you know, snapping on some food real quick. We got steak one done, steak two done. We're working on dessert. Look at that. I'll make sure my hubby's good and fed. And then I bought some glaze to put on top of it. I think that'll be good. Oh, I did that too fast. Good. All right, that one's too much. That looks good to me, right? All right, dessert's done. Well, I think it'll work either way. I've already put it on, so. I mean, here, I got one left. I'll do it that way. Let's see. Whipped cream first, then strawberries. Let's see which one. Whipped cream. So I need to use the rest of the strawberries. Anyway, strawberries. I bet you could even do it in layers too. Works for me. Yours is always on the side because you hate soggy bread. Well, that's how it turned out, you guys. I think it looks pretty good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jump off. I think Christine and them we're gonna do some game night stuff, so I'm gonna talk to them real quick. Maybe in about yeah, we're doing game night. I was just on talking to everybody while I was cooking. So I'm gonna jump off real quick. We're gonna come right back probably here in just a little bit, and we're gonna be talking about. Not talking. We're gonna be doing game night. It's gonna be lots of fun. Everybody come through. Holler. I'll be back in a little bit. Ah. What's up, bud? How are you doing, sweetie? We'll be back. We're going to be playing game night here in about 20, 30 minutes. It's yummy. I'm going to eat.